currently in Lara and we're at the Greenwood Suites Resort, and we're only here for 4 nights. It's quite a cheap trip. I will tell you at the end exactly how much it cost. We've mainly come for shopping, just me, my husband, my mum and my dad have come. And when I'd booked this and I did try and look online a little bit more about the hotel and where it was located, I couldn't find anything. There were so many questions that I had that just wasn't answered. So this is the reason why I'm doing this video. I'm going to give you a full tour of the resort. I'm going to give you an honest review. I'm going to tell you how far the shops are. I'm going to kind of walk you through everything, and I hope it's useful for you. So enjoy. This is the reception area, and we checked in a couple of nights ago without any issues whatsoever. We got here about 11:30 at night. Very, very helpful, the staff, and we were straight up to our room. On the right hand side is what they call the lobby bar, and this is open for all inclusive from 12 o'clock midday until midnight. Some nice comfy seats here. From our experience, it's never really busy, and they serve cocktails, local beer, wine, spirits. And here's some of the cocktails you can get. They don't do any frozen cocktails, and they're very strong, which is not always a bad thing. Down this way is the restaurant, the all-inclusive restaurant that serves breakfast, lunch and dinner. At the moment it's dinner. On the left here is where they have the photographers. They're usually going around the pool and asking if you want your photograph taken. They also have a parrot that you can have your picture taken with, and then you can buy them there. Breakfast is served from 7 AM until 11, although it is reduced from 10 AM onwards, so they do reduce the buffet slightly from 10 AM. Then you've got lunch, which is 12:30 till 2, and then your dinner is 6:30 till 9. We've only eaten in the restaurant dinner once and lunch once. Breakfast most days we've done. Just because we found the food, now this is personal preference, just a bit bland. Not a great selection, it's quite repetitive. But as I say, that's just personal preference. So we are eating out tonight at a steak restaurant, which I will show you. I've heard great reviews of it, so I'll show you all of that, where it is, how much it cost, and give you a review on that as well. The all-inclusive is great for the kids. There's everything they could want. I did find a lot of the staff just picking up the food as well with the bare hands. So if the pizzas need to be moved over to a different plate, they just pick them up with the hands. But I've noticed that everywhere in Turkey. Like, we had
some food yesterday, and the guy just came over. I said, "Have you finished?" I said, "Yeah," and he literally just picked the food up from my plate and went over to the river and to put it in for the fish. I found that so bizarre, but that's just me personally. I like the fact that they had sushi outside. Now, I've been to Turkey quite a few times, and I have found the buffet restaurants in all the inclusives that we've stayed at very much the same. So here's a little tour of our room. We're on the first floor, 1106 is our room. I was really surprised how big and spacious the room was. I didn't expect there to be a washing machine, which is amazing if you're with family. We didn't use it, and they also have an oven. Again, we didn't use it. You don't really need to because it's all inclusive. I'm not sure if these used to be self-catering. Maybe that's the reason why they've got them in. Nice big room, plenty of wardrobe space. The only negative is the lighting if you're doing your makeup. It's really, really dark. Nice big balcony. You have a balcony coming off the bedroom, and you also have a balcony coming off the front room as well. We didn't have a view of the pool, although it says pool view, but you'd be better on a higher floor. The only advantage about being on the first floor is the lifts can sometimes take a while, so it's really handy just to walk up one flight of stairs. Nice big fridge, which they also put some soft drinks in there as well for you, and some water. A really good shower as well with the rainfall. There's aircon as well in the bedroom and in the front room, which are controlled separately, which is really good. I don't know if that is a pull-out sofa. I'm not quite sure. But nice, big, spacious bedrooms. We were really, really happy with it. It's probably one of the nicest bedrooms that I've had in Turkey, which I was really surprised, especially when you hear the price at the end. Now, from reception area, if you do a left, takes you through the corridor of the shops. You have kids clothing shop on the left. It isn't overpriced. You can barter a little bit, but not as much as you can in the shops obviously outside. Everywhere prefers English as well. Little convenience store, you can get your sun creams, some snacks if you want them, sunglasses, that kind of thing. These bags and shoes, they seem really good quality as well. On the board there on the right is the selection of activities they have on at night and in the daytime. the spa here for your Turkish bath, massage, things like that. Hairdressers and barbers. And then your adult clothing is here. I did buy a couple of t-shirts from there, and they're really good quality and they've washed really well. Down here you can get to the spa, and I'll also go back on myself to get through the spa as well. And I will show you the indoor pool. Staff are really friendly, as you can see. Your relax room. I can show you in the Turkish bath because there's nobody in there. Obviously, if there was, I wouldn't be filming. They do tend to keep that door open though all the time, even if someone is in there. Then you've got your steam room and sauna here. Then your fitness centre, which is open 9 AM till 7 PM. And your indoor pool, which I think is roughly the same time as the fitness centre. And then this is your main pool outside. Lots of cats about. This is your main pool, and this first pool here isn't heated, but the pool at the back, just the one over there, is heated. And that's open from 8 AM until 8 PM. Although I think I did see people in it after that. Round towards the left there where I was just pointing is how you get to the Aqua Park, which I'll show you in a minute. You can get to the Aqua Park this way, but all you're doing is just walking all the way around. So it is a bit of a waste, which I didn't realise when I first was looking, but it's good to explore. There's a little outdoor gym area here. A little bit of seating. And a small play park. Which I'll show you. Slide, seesaw and a couple of swings. And then you've got tennis courts and football pitch here. I've never seen anybody on that, but I'm sure you can use it any time, or whether they use it for the activities, some of the daily activities, I'm sure they do. We're on the first floor here. In fact, my dad's just there, so you can get an idea of where we are. There in that room, he's just waving, and we're in this one right next to them. So you can see he's got the bedroom door open there. No, sorry, his is the opposite way around. He's got the front room door open there, and his bedroom's on the left, where ours is the opposite way round. You don't get a view, as I did say, from the first floor, so if you did want a good view, I'd suggest going maybe the third floor upwards if you want a good view. Although the first floor that we're on does seem to have just a little bit of a bigger balcony, so you would be better just a little bit further up if you wanted a better view. And that is just a standard room that we booked, the cheapest option. It isn't an upgrade or anything like that. That is just the standard view. All I did was ask on arrival, do we have a pool view? And they said yes. Now, if you walk this way round through here, this is how you get to the Aqua Park, the slides, the Splash restaurant, which is outside. You've got some Turkish flatbread around here, an ice cream stand, which you'll see in a minute. There is like a road in between the buildings, so I don't know if it used to be two separate hotels, or there is like a little road in between. I did hear that somebody said residents live in this part of the building. I don't know how true that is. So there's a little road that you could actually drive down in between the two buildings here. On the left is the Turkish flatbreads, which is open 11 AM until 3:30, although it does take a long time to get served because she makes them fresh. So on the first floor is 2 restaurants and a bar called Gilbert's, which is open all night long. So first of all, they have an Italian restaurant and a Turkish restaurant. This isn't part of the all-inclusive. You do have to pay extra for this. It's €30 for an adult. Children aged between 8 and 12 years is €15, and then children under 8 is completely free. We didn't eat in any of these restaurants, so I can't comment on the food quality. Did eat out, and I will definitely recommend that in the next clip. This is Gilbert's, and this is open all night long. You can get snacks, sandwiches, cakes, and they do have a menu here that you can order from. It's very small sizes, so it's just snack food. But you can get that up until about 4 or 5 in the morning, I believe. And the bar is also open pretty late as well, I think till around 5 AM. Now, we had something to eat in here on the first night, but unfortunately it wasn't very nice at all. It's small portions, which is fine, but I had fish and chips and it wasn't nice at all. Probably one of the worst fish and chips I've ever had. It was underdone and not very nice. This is just my opinion. Other people might have had something and really enjoyed it, but from our experience, it wasn't very nice. We went for food at a steak restaurant called Terrace Steakhouse. It's around about a 20-minute walk from the hotel, or only 5 minutes in a taxi, which is €10. I'll show you around, tell you some of the prices of the food, and give you a quick review of our experience here. So this is the Terrace restaurant. It's all open at night and lit up. It's beautiful. They've got TV screens inside with sports on. They don't have a website, but we did manage to contact them on Facebook to book a table, and they came back to us straight away. The staff were amazing from start to finish. And we had a great seat. I can't really play you any sound because we were sat right under the speakers, so for copyright issues, that's the reason there's no sound on these videos. There was lots to choose from on the menu. They even did breakfast. They do toasties, steak obviously is the main thing you would come here for, but there is plenty to choose from. Now, price wise, you've got ribeye steak, which is 1,700 Turkish lira, which is about £38. Fillet steak, 2,300 Turkish lira, which is about £41. T-bone was 2,072 Turkish lira, which is about £37. Then you've got pizzas, they're around 700 Turkish lira, which is about £12. The dearest steak was the tomahawk, which was £94. And then you've got the kids menu. The kids selection was quite cheap. That was 370 Turkish lira, which works out about £6-7. Then you had different things like kebabs. There was 920 Turkish lira, which was about £16. So not overpriced. had a frozen daiquiri and this was yummy. Highly recommend this. And that was about £10. They also give you some breads and different sauces to start. This is free, by the way. The food was really nice here, I couldn't fault it. We also told them that it was my mum's birthday, so they really made a fuss of her. They brought a little cake out, they all sang, and then they even did a little show outside. So they had all sparklers on the front, which was amazing. They really did make her feel very special, which was a lovely, lovely touch. And the cake was delicious. My mum gets very embarrassed, as you can see. We all really enjoyed the food at this restaurant. I would definitely recommend it. The atmosphere was great, the staff were brilliant, and it wasn't overpriced. So we got a couple of starters, there was mains, we all got mains, drinks, and it came to a total of £216, and that was for 4 of us. So we were really happy with that. The closest shops to the Greenwood Suites Resort is around about a 5-minute walk. To get to the main Grand Bazaar, you probably do have to get a taxi. It would take you a good 20 minutes to walk from the hotel. But as you can see, this is how long it would take you to get to the closest shops. To get to the beach area, there is a free shuttle which picks you up outside of the hotel. This runs every hour from 9 AM, and then coming back, the latest is 7 PM. You could walk. It would probably take you around about 10 minutes or so, but there is a free shuttle and it takes you straight to the beach. While we were there for 4 nights, we did do a couple of activities. We did quad biking, so we hired a quad bike for 2 hours. We also hired an electric bike for 2 hours. And we also went to a shooting range, which we came across accidentally. And I'll show you all of that and how much everything cost. The shooting club activity we did is located right next to the Lara Hotel. It's among some shops and it's right at the back. Greenwood Suites also do the shuttle bus to the beach. Now this is directly opposite, so it's really handy. It's not too far from the hotel. My dad and my husband decided they wanted to do 2 guns, but they shared the bullets. So they got a Magnum, and that was 6 bullets, but they had 3 bullets each, and that was €30. And they also did the shotgun, They did 15 bullets. Again, they shared the bullets, and that was €40. So it was €70, and they split the cost between the two of them.
That scary, yeah.
Shoots low. Does it? Hey, Mike.
Not bad. Your first ones were better. There were your first ones.
The two went in the same hole.
Did it?
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine what a machine gun's like then.
Oh, my heart's gone.
Is it? How was that?
Wow.
You're good.
That's unreal, that.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't expect it to be like that.
Do you not? Why?
No, you don't expect the kick that. And you think, oh, I can shoot a gun. Grab hold of it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Really?
yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's have a look at your thing.
We hired some electric bikes for 2 hours. The lady who we hired them from was really helpful, and she came down in price as well. They usually charge around about €15 for an hour, and she ended up letting us have them for 2 hours for €20. So it was a really good value, and they were such good fun. I would definitely recommend doing this, especially if you wanted to go up and down the strip to get shopping. You can put it all in the bike as well and take it back to your hotel. These were really good, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. The place we hired it from was the first sets of shops that you get to on the left hand side if you're coming out of Greenwood. Another thing we did while we were there was hire 2 quad bikes. This was brilliant. We had a lot of fun doing this. We went a little bit further out, we went through a town centre, and then along the front where there was some really nice restaurants and bars. I don't quite know the area we went to, we just kind of got on the bikes and just kind of got lost a little bit, but it was nice. It was good to see some other places. We didn't quite go up to the marina. The marina was about 40 minutes away, so it was just a bit too far to do that within the 2 hours. We managed to get that for €80 per quad bike. I think they originally quoted 100, but we managed to get them down to 80. And that was for 2 hours. So that was really good value. The only thing you needed to do was make sure that it was filled up with petrol. When you return it, we filled both up and it was £10. So it was really cheap, £5 each to fill it back up. The guys were really helpful. We had a couple of shopping bags and they said, while you're waiting for the quad bike to come round, because they bring it from another location, you can use the electric bike to take your shopping back to your hotel, so you didn't have to leave it with us, which was really nice. So they let us do that free of charge. The place we used was right opposite the Delphin Imperial Hotel and next to the Texas Steakhouse restaurant. The guys were really helpful. I would definitely recommend using them. I'm just going to quickly add this because you can actually see the place as we're driving into the petrol station. A restaurant called Mars Restaurant, which is right next door to the petrol station. We had food here and I would not recommend it. It was awful, in fact. And then my husband and my dad the very next day were complaining of a bad stomach. Just another little thing that I want to add before I end this video and before I tell you how much everything cost. I did see online that Greenwood Suites was part of a group of hotels, and another hotel, part of that group, was a hotel opposite called Sherwood. Now online, some of the pictures did look a lot nicer. So I was going to ask reception if we could upgrade and pay the difference. So they said I needed to speak to guest relations, which I did do the following day. And I asked them if I could, first of all, just have a look round it. I said we were thinking about staying there next year. Would it be possible we could go and look round it? And she said, I'll see what I can do. So she rang up Sherwood and said, yes, I've put you on the list. You can go and have a look around. And it was a beautiful hotel. So I've filmed all of that, so you can see that in the next video. If you click on my videos, you'll be able to see a tour of Sherwood, which we were able to look round. When I asked if we could upgrade, they didn't seem that helpful. I imagine because it's a bit of a rigmarole when we'd paid through a travel agent to try and swap all of that over and then tell me the difference. So they just told me there was no available rooms, which there was because I had a look online, which is fine. But I managed to get a really good video of the facilities there. So that video you're able to watch. I don't know if you would be able to ask about going over and having a look. It's a really good tip or trick if they're able to let you go for the day, because it's a beautiful hotel. So check that out if you're able to. And you can see the video for that in the list of my videos. Now the total price, including hotel, flights, extra legroom seats and baggage, was £413 each. We got a really good deal last minute, and that was through Thomas Cook. Would I recommend this hotel? Yes, it's great for a quick few days away. I wouldn't take the kids there. There isn't really enough to do. And the food is just quite bland. I found that we did a lot more activities because we were a little bit bored. I mean, we did only go really for shopping and just a few nights away. So it was fine for this, but I wouldn't recommend staying any longer. Please do me the biggest favour, please like and subscribe to this video. I thoroughly enjoy making these videos, and with your support, it really, really helps. Thanks for watching.